Discipline creates motion, but divine alignment creates momentum. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. You can be disciplined and still be disconnected. You can show up every day, check every box, and still feel like something inside you is it's just off. Have you ever felt that way? You just have everything in line, you're doing everything right, but just something inside is just it's just not there. And I've certainly been there, doing all things, doing it all. Oh yeah. The morning routine, the goals, the vision board, my declarations, woo, my proclamations, but still feeling like I'm pushing instead of flowing. And and not that it's wrong, because there are times a lot of times where we need to push regardless of how we're feeling, because we are not driven by our emotions. But that's where I got to be really honest. That's where we got to get really honest with ourselves. That my discipline had better become louder than my discernment. I was working from my habit, not from my heart. And you need to not just work from habit, but you got to work from your heart. John Maxwell says that you never change your life until you change something you do daily. Let me say that again. You never change your life until you change something you do daily. Because here's what I've learned. What you do daily only matters if it's aligned with who you're becoming. What you do daily only matters if it's aligned with who you're becoming. See, we're going from here to there. And it's not about arriving there. It's about the transformation of who we're becoming. Who are we evolving? Who are we turning into in the process? And everything's being made good. The shortcomings, the wins, the losses, the new ideas, the new activations. It's who we are becoming. Mel Robbins would call it your wake up moment. The moment you stop running on autopilot and realize you've been performing instead of aligning. We can't go long term in performance mode. People want authentic, they want the real, authentic you. And you can't schedule alignment. You choose it. You choose it. This intentional activation, this intentional thought, this intentional belief every morning by tuning your heart before you move your feet. When your discipline meets divine direction, something powerful happens. The past few days, I have been really like the devil's been breathing down my neck. I realized this past week, the past few days, Monday and Tuesday night, the devil's breathing down my neck, waking me up in the middle of the night, thinking about stuff that does not serve my purpose, that does not encourage me, empower me. It causes me to be discouraged. And so there's this temptation of that. And I realize that the devil is a liar. He only comes to steal, kill, and destroy your purpose and your alignment. And you cannot give power to that. You cannot give attention to that. You stop chasing clarity and start walking in it. You stop asking for signs and start becoming one. You stop forcing outcomes and start attracting what's yours. Today, before you rush into the next thing, pause and ask yourself, is what I'm doing feeding my purpose or just filling my time? Alignment feels like peace, and peace is the proof you're on the right path. So the devil's gonna, these things, these discouragement, the thoughts that don't serve you, those old habits, those old beliefs, those old behaviors are gonna try to put you in a place of discouragement, of unbelief, of unmotivation, of lack, of scarcity. Whatever it can do, it will. If you give it a place, don't give it a place. And when we move out of alignment, when we just go into performance, or we just go into checking the lists, or, going after things, chasing things, and not filling ourselves, not taking a pause and reminding, where is my alignment? Where is my focus? Where is the vision? Where do I see my purpose ahead of me? Like, where is the vision ahead of me? It says that without vision, people perish. People get tossed side to side. They get distracted. They get taken off the tracks of their course of what they were called to be, do, and have. And they lose their peace. I was losing my peace, but I got it back. I was like, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Getting up in the morning and not only reading the Bible, whatever you read for motivation, don't just read it, feed it, allow it to feed your soul. Why downcast your soul? Why are you down? Why are you depressed? Feed yourself with something that is going to build life, that's going to speak life, that's going to align with who you are, whose you are, and why you're doing what you're doing for. I don't know what you believe in or who you believe in, whatever. That's your choice, right? We have free will choice. Mine, I'm just giving you what I do and what I have and what is life to all my flesh, all my mind, all my soul. And every day I'm reading my Bible. That's my source. That's my anchor. But there's a shift that needs to take place, that I'm aligning myself to truth. I'm aligning myself to purpose. I'm aligning myself to a vision. And there I get peace. And peace is the proof that you're on the right path. Show up, be consistent, but most of all, stay aligned. Because discipline creates motion, but divine alignment creates momentum. We want to be a place, especially in this time, especially in this season, as it gets cold, it gets dark. We can't feed off of the sunshine every single day because it disappears where I am in Ontario, Canada. But if I'm in motion aligned with my purpose, then I'm getting momentum. So let me ask you this question. Before you go out in your day, or you're in your day already, in my life, am I being consistent but not connected? Am I being consistent? Good morning. Are you being consistent but you're not connected? You're not aligned with your purpose or your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you doing it for? And why does it matter? And what would shift if I paused to listen before I acted today? What would shift if I paused to listen before I acted today? I had to pause. I had to declare. I had to decree. And then I'm motivated. I'm motivated, for my community, serving my community as a counselor, serving my clients as a realtor, serving you as a mentor, as a communicator, as a coach, calling you forward, cheering you on. Get a hold of that vision, dear friend. Keep it a hold of you. Write it on the walls, on your mirrors. Record it in a message that you can hear it over and over again, so that when the devil comes breathing down your neck, or life just gets in the way, or you get discouraged, or you've forgotten what it is, why it is, who it is that you're doing it for, that you're reminded and you get into alignment. Don't fall off the tracks. Just get back on. When you get that peace, that you are aligned, momentum comes. Momentum comes, friends. It's here. It's there. It's everywhere for you to get a hold, grab a hold, and run with it today. Be well, be blessed, be happy, and have an amazing day, friends. Bye for now.